Hi, folks. I'm in Hanska, Minnesota. Well, I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Mark Johnson. My company's Artisan Restoration, and we work on like to work on log structures. And today I'm in Hanska, Minnesota, where they built this beautiful log structure behind me called a stabbur, which is a Norwegian building. I believe it means storehouse or something. It was used like a granary, um, and it was built on stilts, so it was up off the ground, so mice and varmints couldn't get into the building very easily, and dogs and cats and so forth could keep them away probably. So anyway, this one's got a 16 by 20 um, footprint on the main floor, and the second floor overhangs it by 2 or 3 feet on all the sides, which is really a great idea because that normally the overhanging roof helps to protect the logs. And this has got a pretty good overhang on the roof too, but by having the second floor overhanging the first floor, it's an additional means of protection for the logs. And anyway, this I think was built probably about 16 years ago by um, some local guy who was hired by a couple of farmers who very early on saw fit to buy stock in Apple computers. And they, of course, made a lot of money doing that. And they commissioned this guy to build this thing and put it in the town square in downtown Hanska. And basically hasn't been anything done to the finish for 16 years. Um, and it's starting to show its age, so we say. So anyway, I was called over here to replace the handicap ramp, which was not built very well. And when they found out that I did log restoration, they asked me to take a look at this. And you can see the logs are um, kind of protected in by that doorway on the upper half of the wall, but the lower half that gets the sun, they're starting to peel. And these out front here, big horizontal logs, and all the crowns, which are the corner logs that stick out further, they're all starting to peel. And Sickens was a real popular product, but they've since been bought out by a company called PPG. The formula's changed, and I don't know exactly what we're going to do now, because most most of it, I would say 75 to 85% of it's in really good shape. Well, we got to figure out what to do with these logs that are peeling. This is the this side faces the northwest, and it is the worst because it doesn't have that overhanging balcony like on the opposite side in the front of the building. Um, so these logs, being in a gable end, uh, get the full beating of the afternoon sun, and it shows. There's been some caulking done on the west side over here, but none of the other sides really have had any caulking, and there really isn't any need for caulking with the full hand scribed log design like this. Um, the water really isn't going to get in here and do any damage. This up-facing crack here and here is common, but unless we get a low gravity day where the water actually likes to run uphill, um, there's really no need to caulk all that stuff. So it just makes it uglier if you ask me. But perhaps they had some wind-driven rain over here, and somebody started caulking on it, and didn't really know when to quit. Um, well, anyway, they wanted me to give a separate bid to replace this handicap ramp going off in that direction, 8 or 10 feet, and I think we might resurface the whole thing with some maintenance-free decking. The only other thing to do here is these steps look like they're white oak slabs that were notched or mortised into stringers here, and the ones out here in the weather have taken a little bit more of a beating. So we got to do something with them. But yeah, they've got 2x8s over here and cedar 2x6s here, and the rest of the railing's all cedar. So that should be an easy fix. But you can see what I mean by this wall here. The top half of it's just fine. Bottom half of it, we got problems. So we can do two different ways: strip the whole thing, or we can try and do some coating on the lower half and see how it holds up. I got to do some research, find out what I can use over this mold product. So wish me luck.